Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk.
Over here, man, SoCal, the home of the beautiful beaches, beautiful houses, but straight lawlessness. Yeah, if you haven't been keeping up, well, all you gotta do is look on Instagram and social media, and you'll see somebody getting robbed in LA every day. But now Orange County is catching the blues because the criminals are crossing over the 710, the 605, and the 22.
What you're
They're
looking
going
at
down
is
to
security
Irvine.
video captured from
Check
this
it out.
parking garage along Main Street in Irvine. It shows an armed robbery. 3 men come out of a light-colored SUV and attack an Irvine businessman as he was getting into his car. That businessman says that the 3 men were armed. They were attacking him, pistol whipping him, and then they took off with his $600,000 watch. That man is now offering a $50,000 reward for any information leading to an arrest. Irvine police say they are investigating and they were able to gather a lot of evidence from the scene. This was Wednesday night around 5:30 when this happened. And investigators are looking into a number of things, including fingerprints that the men left behind on the man's hood of his car.
Yeah, it's wild, man, because Orange County was a no-go zone. You know, back in the day, you knew not to play around in Orange County. Anything down by Irvine, Newport Beach, Huntington Beach, the cops didn't play, man. And if you were out of pocket, you would get your wig split. But these guys obviously haven't read the memo. So somehow they tracked this guy as far as maybe seeing some of his watches online or something. Maybe he was, somehow on his IG or something. But they had to have gotten some type of information that he was wearing his $600 watch, whatever the watch was. I couldn't really tell in the picture, but these guys, they're playing with fire, man. And see, there was already an incident at Fashion Square where a lady got robbed, or actually her husband was trying to get robbed, and then they tried to rob her, and in the process she got drugged behind a car and died. And they're going to watch those guys. I haven't heard anything else about that case. Maybe you guys can comment on it, but that was in Newport. But this right here in Irvine, he's offering a $50,000 reward. Somebody said it could have been an insurance thing, but he wouldn't be offering a reward if it was insurance. So somebody's going to tell on these dudes, and I can guarantee you this is not their first snatch and grab. I can guarantee you they've probably done multiple robberies throughout Orange County, if not LA County, and they mess around and they got a guy who actually got some money to put up to get the crime solved. So, yeah, look out for this one on the news. We're going to hear about this one, and, to the guys out there doing this, man, I mean, this is the thing, right? When you're doing it to somebody else, you feel like, okay, there's no consequence, there's no repercussions. But what happens when they kick your door in and they get rough with you, and you're like, well, man, they're rough with me, but you done pistol whipped this dude, bro. And that's what you don't think about. Like, karma and energy, things flow, man. And when shit happens the other way, a lot of times the criminals feel like, well, why did they get the physical side of the situation when they got arrested or something happens? And, I've been on the other side, man. So I can sit there and say, well, man, look, you kind of put the energy out there, things could happen, man. And it's not like There's not surveillance cameras everywhere. You know, that's why they've been doing all this AI stuff, the whole facial recognition thing. They said they left some fingerprints. He probably had a stolen car, so that didn't register. But anything they think that they covered, remember, it only takes one slip up for these guys to get busted. And I used to work in Irvine, man. And the guys I work with, they used to wear some nice watches too. You know, they would roll it out, carried money to work. I mean, I was at an investment firm. Everybody there was balling. And so you shouldn't have to tuck your watch or not drive a nice car because of thieves, robbers, thugs, bandits. You know, you should better enjoy your life, man. People are like, oh, well, you know, why is he wearing, that's his prerogative. It's your prerogative. You live in a nice house. Would you got to live in a shithole so nobody mess with you? If you live in a nice house and somebody comes in your house, you should be able to blow them away. Somebody tries to take some off your wrist and beat you up, you should be able to knock their head down. That's the problem with California, man. You got those people in office and they're backwards, bro. They got their asses up in the air, tooting it. And they don't care because they live in gated communities and they haven't become a victim. And then if they do, they say, well, maybe they needed it. Maybe the criminal was trying to feed his family. Come on, man. That's some bullshit, man. There should be places where people feel safe. And even in the hood, you should feel safe. So it shouldn't just be limited to Irvine, Newport, Laguna, or, you know, La Jolla. You should be safe everywhere. And until that happens, you're going to have to get some gangsters in office, man. You gotta get a gangster to handle the gangsters. And when people hear that, oh man, they're gonna get crazy. Well, look, man, if you're not doing nothing, you're cool. But for people like that, you gotta put the iron fist down. If you don't put it down, they don't understand. That's the only thing they understand. I bet you if a couple of these cats would get knocked down, bro, it would slow shit up. And the only reason it does slow up, what I've seen is when a couple of their partners get football numbers, and then dudes are like, man, we got to go on to something else. Or somebody gets blown away or some shit happens, man. And then people wonder why they have to do that. Well, why did you have to do what you did? It's like, come on, man. But hey, people don't want to hear it from me. A lot of times they're like, you're selling out. Who are you for the police, man? You for the system? Nah, man. I'm on some really now lifetime, right? And like I was a knucklehead. And if something would have happened to me, I wouldn't be here today, but I'm trying to tell you guys to live a better way. And if you don't like my message and you want to continue to think that a rob-all world works for you, then hey, keep doing what you're doing. For me, I'm out here in Arizona. Something happens, man, you got multiple people ready to knock you down. And I avoid areas where I feel there's going to be problems. If I see too many of what appears to be guys that can maybe be potential robbers, I go the other direction. I play it different, man. Young people, man, you know, you're full of liquor, man. You're full of courage, and you know you feel like you can get away with all this stuff, man. And you will for a little while, but when you get caught and they take away all the rest of your youth, you're gonna grow out of the robbery stage, man, and you're gonna start thinking about all the things you missed out on, like taking a hot bath, because you're gonna be washing your ass with a bunch of barbarians. But that's California for you. They keep embracing that shit. People keep voting for dumb shit. And, you know, those who act like they don't care until it hits them at their house. So, Big Herc 916, leave a comment, share the channel, subscribe. Hey, motivation.
Little Herc's Big Lessons, a story of kindness and integrity, written by Big Herc 916 and Lisa Timmons. Me and Wifey are dropping the children's book series. If you want to pick up a great book that you could share with your kids, teach them some valuable lessons, and build on some values, this is the book. I'm also available to pop in at your school or your daycare and read to the kids. We gotta save the kids. It's all about the kids, man. Link in the description. Little Herc's Big Lessons.